Hello everyone, and welcome to the long-awaited Let's Play of Doom the Dark Ages. I know I'm a little late to the party. Just so you know though, I got this game early access, like everyone else did when you got the premium edition. But I wanted to wait until the dust has settled until I actually do my Let's Play. That way I'm not being drowned out with everyone else. That said, there are a few things I'd like to go over. Namely, yes, you're hearing this music correctly, and I will say this, straight off the bat, I greatly enjoy finishing moves music more than Mick Gordon's. I'll explain why. While Mick Gordon's music was really cool for the first two modern Doom games, I feel like this is a fantastic return to form for the series in terms of musical soundtracks. You got the metal music, you got that, fearsome vibe that it gives off, which makes sense given who we play as, the mighty Doomslayer. That said, there are a few other things I'd like to go over. Namely, these, and this, and even this. As I stated yesterday during my stream on GTA Online, I'm going to be going after not absolutely everything, but most of everything. As in, I'm going to go after all the collectibles, all the challenges, all of the mastery challenges for the weapons, and certainly I'm going to be getting all of the secrets. The reason being is because I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this game is one of the easiest platinum trophies you could ever get. Unlike the previous two Doom games, you don't need to worry about completing any kind of, Ultra Nightmare or Pandemonium thing. All those do are unlock these different skins of the Slayer. So you got the Conqueror, the Reverend, and all this other stuff. Which those are the only two challenges I have not done. And I have a good reason. I would rather not waste my sanity going through that. But with that being said, how about we start this grand adventure? Starting off, you'll notice something. And I am very sorry to YouTube for saying this, but I am not afraid. The difficulty setting in the previous games, that was the easiest difficulty, the difficulty used to be I'm too young to die. However, perhaps this might be a way to lessen the blow on newer players. They renamed it to Aspiring Slayer because of the fact that, if you're new to the series, then this is the perfect entry point. So, as you progress down further, you have Hurt Me Plenty, Ultra Violence, Nightmare, Pandemonium, and Ultra Nightmare, the hardest difficulty. As I stated before, I will not be going for those. But, as is tradition, I'm gonna go for a bit of a different thing. I'm kidding. You all know me, I'm a filthy casual. Anyway. So yeah, this is another thing. This is the first Doom game that lets you fine-tune your difficulty settings. And honestly, I'm all for it. So you can adjust the sliders, you can also have something really cool that is actually, believe it or not, somewhat of an Easter egg of sorts. And if you don't know what I mean, enhanced targeting on by default. So enhanced targeting, I believe, might be a reference to the auto-aim, which was a thing in the original Doom games, like even as far back as 64. Yeah. So, you have all these different settings. You have the tutorials, which I'm going to be leaving on for people who are new to this game. But just know that I've already beaten this game 100%, except for the Pandemonium and Nightmare difficulty, Ultra Nightmare difficulties. But everything else I've done. Those are the only two things I'm not going to be doing, and I'm perfectly fine with. But you can fine-tune things such as enemy aggression, damage to demons, damage to the player, enhanced targeting, which allows your shots to lock onto enemies without having to aim directly towards them. But Aspiring Slayer is basically just like baby mode, but not so much baby mode, because trust me, this game is a little, it's a bit different from the other games. Also, yeah, so by default, your max life sigils will be 3. You can tone it all the way down to 0 if you want a more vanilla Doom experience, but I'm going to turn it up to 4. But, yeah. Anyway, let's go. And starting off, we're seeing exposition in Age of Fire when the legions of hell first set foot and outside this path is their war, every God, for the demons could not escape his wrath. The night sentinels, desperate and broken, saw in him a weapon. Their gods, their watchful, saw something new. Bestowed upon him strength beyond mortal flesh, strength beyond thought. Give now television. Yeah, exposition! And I'm gonna say this. This game may be divisive, but among the 3 games, this is undoubtedly my favorite. I said that yesterday. Also, I apologize for the mess-ups in my speech. I'm just really excited to finally get this done. Anyway, welcome to Khalim, the first level of the game. And stock sound effects. It was hungry. Yeah, just so you know, YouTube, I have a question. Is this allowed? Yes it is, because it's a video game. And if anyone says otherwise, anyway.
Another fool's errand, witch. You have wasted our time once again.
What are you saying, Mr. Metallica?
Until the heart of Argent is found. It is close.
Right.
The Horde will tear this village to pieces, but our time is running out. Soon, the humans will summon him.
Yeah, baby.
We found the entry point. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, she's not a ghost.
The barrier is still holding, but our scans show that 3 portals were opened from inside the village.
The demons
I
couldn't
saw there
get
was another
past the
person
barrier,
watching it.
so their followers are letting them in. They're
The transports. How much time?
Get me the new bishop. Valen's armored division is still an hour away.
We could try and launch the Outlands.
There's no time. Bishop Creed. We need him.
Oh yeah, baby. It's ripping and tearing time. getting goosebumps. Even though I've already beaten this game.
Commander.
By the way, fun fact, this guy is voiced by the same guy that voices Samuel Hayden in
The
Sammer
village of
Maker.
Khalim is a mining settlement.
Let that
If it
sink in.
falls, everything will be destroyed, including your
Another
sentient
thing,
energy
the
reserves.
lady who voices Commander Thera is the same lady who performed as, I think it was Grace Walker from Wolfenstein. Wait, no, the new Colossus, I think.
Target for the Village of
Yeah.
Khalim.
I think it's both the New Order and the new Colossus. Anyway, who is this awesome guy? Well, you're about to find out. And we'll talk about that weapon in a second. It's still gold! That's cool! I didn't realize the skins carried over between saves. That's cool. I'm gonna switch the skins though for all the weapons.
3, 2, 1.
Dang, I would have thought that it was only reserved for whatever save file you got it from. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the super weapon of gods and titans. The Doom Slayer. Welcome to Doom, the Dark Ages! Saying this now, this game is my personal goatee. Anyway. Starting off, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this to the default setting. These other skins here, the Reverend and Nightmare, are from completing challenges. So, oh wait, no. I think what it is the Reverend is from getting all of the upgrades for that weapon, and Conquer is for completing its mastery. Nightmare is a skin that you unlock through finding a specific secret collectible in whatever level that you're in. Anyway, we're gonna stick with the defaults because I have a cool little tidbit for you. Which is, this shotgun here is literally the same one that you used in Doom 64. Don't believe me? Wrong button. Well, all you need to know is that is not the button. Alright, here it is. Forged from the embers of Earth's primitive weaponry and timbered by the advanced craftsmanship of Argent Denure, the Slayer's combat shotgun is a relic of his arrival in a world besieged by chaos. Originally discovered beside the bloodied and battered figure of the Slayer when he emerged from the portal, this single-shot weapon bore the unmistakable marks of his homeworld's design. The Night Sentinels, despite their wariness of the Outlander, augmented his weapon with their arcane technology to reinforce its frame and imbue it with devastating power. This shotgun became a symbol of defiance, carving through the demonic hordes and etching the Slayer's legend into the annals of Argent Denure. So, you're probably wondering, wait, what? So, allow me to give you a brief explanation as to the timeline of the Doom series leading up until Doom the Dark Ages. As we already know, Doom Eternal is at the current point, final game of the series until they make a new game to continue off of that story, in their next game probably. Which I'll be 30 then. At least. So, we had Doom 1, Doom 2, which some people think is a different Marine that you play as, but it's actually not. It is actually the same Doom guy. Then we have Final Doom, which is considered part of the canon. And then we have Doom 64. At the end of Doom 64, it is stated that the Doom guy decides to remain in Hell to make sure that no demon can escape and invade Earth or any other human populace again. During the events of Doom 64, though, more specifically the newer levels that was released when the game got re-released for modern platforms, they added a new storyline to it that led into the events of this game. So you're probably thinking, well, where are you going with this? As you know, one of the weapons in every single Doom game is the shotgun. But here's where things get a little interesting. You might notice that there is no pumping animation for the shotgun in Doom 64, although you do hear a cocking animation. Or not animation, a cocking sound effect, kind of like an actual shotgun. One could argue that he is pumping it, it's just that due to memory limitations they couldn't do that. But I think what it is that initially the weapon was technically a semi-automatic, but it had to pump internally in order to load the next shell. As a result, yeah. First, let me just anyway, okay, so I bet you're probably wondering, well, what else are we waiting for? I'm going to show you quite possibly the coolest Easter egg of all time for this game. And it's a really funny little reference. So, what is it, you may ask? Well, you must know. In this game, there is this, the face avatar style. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, or for an extra bit of retroness, I don't even know if that's a word, you can become the original Doom guy. Which, given the fact that it was confirmed that this is the same Doom guy that we've been playing since '93, I think that's actually pretty clever. And before anyone asks, well, wait, how do you know? When Doom 2016 came out, people weren't exactly sure if it was Doom Guy or not, even though the suit kind of resembled what Doom Guy might wear. But then things started to click. How does this new guy, the Doom Slayer, know how to use Earth's weaponry? Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, getting into it. Yeah. Second first, almost the first. So, one of the things that you'll know is no double jumping. And there's also no weapon mods in this game. Instead, you have 2 of each weapon except for 1. So, for example, you have the shotgun here, and then there's the super shotgun that you'll get in the next level, which we'll be covering on Thursday. Anyway. So, another thing, you don't get the shield saw right off the bat. You get that in the second level as well. Another thing, this song, I kid you not, is called Unchained Predator. It is the same song that they used in the reveal trailer for this game. So, yeah, you can shield charge, not shield charge. It does have a cooldown, but it's not that long. It was good. There we go. Leg there. Yeah, so the combat shotgun is an excellent starter weapon that you get at the start of game. Another thing, in my previous games, this thing is semi-automatic. You might think, well wait, does that mean you have to press the trigger every single time you have to fire? Absurd. Just hold the trigger to keep shooting. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, as it said there, you automatically climb walls instead of just strafing or going down or something like that. Another thing, yes, there is sprinting. There is no sprint gauge, so you can run indefinitely, but, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so we got 6 secrets. What they mean by that is secret areas, but you have 5 collectibles. Please bear in mind that the collectibles I got in my previous save file, since I already got those are kind of null and void because I already have them. Anyway, say hello to the Imp Stalker, aka Imp. Yeah. So, the Imp Stalker here is quite literally the original Imp. Who's now going to die. If anyone has a problem with me saying that word, I'll just say this. Why didn't we have to say I'm alive? Yeah, that's another thing. If you jump from a high enough height, you can literally ground pound and destroy it. So, yeah, all I can say is, I love this game, you will love it too. Ow.
The Slayer is dangerous. Keep your distance.
Doesn't look like it. Because, you know, there's this little area, but that's not a secret. That's just another little area in the combat area. I'm saying area a whole lot. Anyway.
You can't stay here!
Ensign, do you have a lock on the Slayer's location?
There we go. We got a secret over here.
Confirmed. Weapon drop incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Here's our first weapon, but it's not a gun. Boom! The jump was so powerful it made those linkers smooth. There. Yeah. So, in this game, you not only get new guns, but new weapons. Including, but not limited to, I can punch things harder. And potentially with lightning if you upgrade it. Yeah, the power gauntlet. Not the power glove, we're not talking about that scam piece of equipment for the NES. Melee. Press R3 to perform the melee attack with your power gauntlet and consume a charge. The power gauntlet can store up to 3 charges, allowing for damaging melee combos. Striking a demon with a melee attack will drop ammo for all your weapons. The power gauntlet charges regenerate over time or by finding melee ammo in the world. Demons hit by the power gauntlet can falter, creating an opening for an additional combo attack and damage. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh no! I seem to have consumed a shell. Never mind. Boom! You're probably wondering, well, how do we get in there? And what is that? So, just like how in Doom Eternal you had the extra lives, which those can stack all the way up to 99. In this game, there is a finite amount of extra lives, which are now renamed to life sigils. And you get those just simply by finding them in the world, like this. So here's a secret, one of many. If you were killed in combat, a life sigil can be consumed to revive you and refill your health. If you run out of life sigils and die, you will restart from the last checkpoint. There is a limit to how many life sigils you can hold, which, as you saw whenever I modified the elements, I upgraded it to 4 instead of the default being 3. Anyway, that is our first secret, out of many. There's a secret over here. There's a lot of stuff. Like we're just barely scratching the surface. But yeah, so. That was a stone. We have ink stalkers. Those are those guys. The tall ones that look like the original. kicked him in the face.
The main gate is under lockdown. There's a key in the nearby church. Route in the location.
There's the dude. Wow. He's gone. Yeah, so got a secret over here. Yeah, we need to get the blue key for that. Yeah, that's one of the secrets. There is the little toilet. Come on over there. Put the field. Have a field. Alright, here's another cool little mechanic. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Green is Bad, Reflect It Back. It's a fun little game that we like to play. And by we, I mean, I don't know who. Anyway. So you think we need the shield saw for it? BAM! Yeah, so believe it or not, that is a pinky. Yeah, but you weren't expecting that big old dog thing to be a pinky demon, but yeah, it is. Anyway. Also, this isn't the only weapon we're gonna have in this level, don't worry.
The cultists are traitors.
Alright. These guys need a new hobby, like not dying.
He's at ground zero. He's located.
Anyway. I said you guys need a new hobby, don't keep the same one. Anyway, alright. So with this, okay game, thank you. We are now able to get the second secret, which is an imp. That is the second one of 6, and it is our first collectible, as we are about to enter into the outer reaches of the village. Which, trust me, there's a lot more. So, Alright, looks like we got some more big bass to deal with.
Once he kills the demons, the portals will collapse.
Alright then. Cool. Alright, so we have another life sigil there. We have a secret down there. I believe the life sigil is another secret area, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I missed anything with the village over here. Let's see. That's another thing. If you listen closely to the Imp Stalker when they get hurt, they make the same sounds as the Archvile from the original game. It's actually really cool. That's Portal 2 down. If you ask me about Portal 3, the only thing I'm going to say is I don't work at Valve. Just saying. Life sigil. Mind, that wasn't a secret area. But we do get a new weapon. So, as I stated, each weapon has their own two variants. So you have the shotgun here, obviously having the super shotgun as a companion piece. So we have other weapons. We obviously have a rocket launcher in the game. You can't have Doom without rocket launchers. And in turn there's a grenade launcher. There is also a plasma rifle, which is called the Accelerator, and there's the Cycler. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, what about the chain gun? That would be the Skull Crusher guns. You've got the Pulverizer and the Ravager, with the Pulverizer being a weapon with a wide spread cone, like a cone of spread that goes horizontal. And the Ravager being a weapon that slowly builds up speed over time as you fire. So that leaves us with the two rifle configurations, or not configurations, but the rifle-style weapons in terms of what they do. You have the Impaler, which is what they first revealed in the trailer that came out last year for this game, the reveal. But then you have this, the Shredder, which is basically the equivalent of the heavy cannon / heavy assault rifle from 2016 tournament, which I also need to recolor. But yeah, so the Shredder here is basically the equivalent of the heavy assault rifle and the heavy cannon, right down to having a very similar firing sound to the cannon. Oh, because that guy's just like... So we have the key here, and I think that will give us the third secret. Ow! That wasn't fair, bully. Sorry about that. I was just checking that text. Anyway, so we have a... Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a secret down here too. Careful. Alright, so we got the soldiers on me as the second point. But there's still a few more things, such as down here, which is the weapons. As I stated before, I was kind of hoping they would go into the water. Well, actually, something to show off. So, in Doom 2016, anytime you jumped off of a ledge that led into a bottomless pit, that would count as a kill. So, you know, you would die instantly. In Eternal, you would lose health anytime you did that. But here, it just simply respawns you back, so I think that's actually really forgiving. Because, you know, trust me, the platforming in this game isn't the same as 2016 in Eternals, where you had to be like ninja style. I don't know why I said ow. Anyway. Instead, it's just simply that while there is platforming, it's not the same thing as in Eternal in 2016. So, it's way more forgiving. Anyway, there we go. So we got the fourth thing. I may have made a terrible mistake. I did. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I get over there? That's the thing, I don't remember. I think it was a lever that you had to press, maybe? Those guys didn't bump, did they? I know there's a way to get down there, not crazy. Wait. I think I know what it is. I think it's up on that cliff up there. Yeah. Because I think there's a lever on this side. Come on, man. No, you guys could stop throwing dodgeballs at me. I'm trying to show something, and you're just like, no, you can't. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I had to jump over here to get it. Okay. I like how that Pinky Rider's just like, this is it, boys, we got him! And just shoot the barrels and blow them up. That's one way to wake up the party. Okay, so we still got 2 secrets left, and I believe they're over here somewhere. Yeah, because there's one over here, and then there's one over here somewhere. Yeah. So we're on the right track. So yeah, in case you're wondering, I remember that there was an actual way to get in there. It wasn't a lever. It's just I haven't played through this level like since I first got the game. And even then, I kid you not, when I first got this game, like I said, I got it when early access began. Only, I didn't get it until the afternoon, and so I had to wait for it to download. I had to wait until the next day to continue.
Gates closed. The village is secure.
Right, there we go. But we're not out of the woods just yet. We still have this secret over here. More than unsure.
Tier 5 readings in the South Bay. Incoming.
A Titan has been summoned.
Titan. Alright. Alright, we got a codex here, which is one of the collectibles. Alright, that's the second collectible. So there's still something here. And it's actually up on that cliff. So, and that also doubles as the last secret of the level. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about getting every single square inch of the map filled in, just the secret areas, that's it. that never hurts to check. Anyway.
We have to move!
Depending on your parry window setting, which mine set to large, because I do have pretty good reflexes, but I'd rather it be forgiving and enjoyable than not forgiving and enjoyable. Also, you don't have to be pixel perfect with the placement of the parry, you just have to be near. Remember, this isn't Dark Souls, this is Doom. The Dark Ages. Just for that, you get that. I just punched him in the leg and he died. Alright. Yeah. I have to say, I love the demon designs in this game. It's awesome. That's the last secret up there, and the last secret collectible. So. Wait, that was it? Oh. Yeah, the last collectible is just over here, so we'll get that. That's it. Or is it? Because there's more. For example, the dragon. That's not how you zoom in. Thank you for holding the position. Thank you. Alright.
We need backup! Someone get on that turret!
I'll do it!
They're making a final push.
Alright. You guys ready for some big frickin' guns? Yeah, that's all you gotta do, and I blasted his arm off. Boom! The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And with that is the Village of Khalim done. All I can say is, damn, this new DualSense feels good. Yeah, I had to get a new one because the one I was using beforehand was starting to show its age. I had it for like about 2 years, so yeah. Don't worry, we're not evil. We're just possessed by the makers or something.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
The Makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer.
Should be guided.
And you agreed.
He's not one
Of us. They want assurances, and so did I.
There's your assurances. I'm a good guy. Anyway, Hell's looking pretty awesome. Not that I want to go there. I mean, we're gonna have to at some point, right? Yeah.
The beast is tearing through our ranks once again. And still, you continue to be influenced by this outsider. It is not this witch who is forced onto the battlefield against the Slayer.
This,
Power of hell, cowering before one man.
this guy is cool. So, that there is Prince Azric, the antagonist of this
Our
game.
enemy is divided.
And all I have to say is,
The time
he's no
is now,
icon of sin, but
and the heart of Argent gives us
he's
the
a
power
pretty awesome
to
antagonist.
conquer the beast and crush his allies.
Come on, you can't not see him with this.
The Horde is yours to command. For now, Prince Azric.
For now,
I will be
foreshadowing.
informing the High Council of your progress.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. We should focus on breaking the humans first. Then resume our search.
Okay, why does that look like one of the 3 Hell Priests from Eternal? Anyway, yeah, that is 100%. Easy peasy. Alright, so we got the Imp, the Shield Soldier, and the Nightmare skin for the shotgun, which is, yeah. But that's gonna do it for this episode. So, yeah. All in all, I have to say, it is really exciting to finally do these Let's Plays again, because I've been struggling to figure out what I want to play next, and then it hit me. Why not play a game that came out this year? And that would be this. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It's not required by any stretch of the imagination, but it is certainly appreciated. But yeah, join me next, or not next week, on Thursday for episode 2, where we do the next mission and then the mission after that, because as I stated before in yesterday's stream, certain levels that have a sort of like act structure where it's like, you have one level and then the rest of what you're doing continues in the next level where you're doing something else. Like, okay, so for example, you have Hebeth, and then you have the mission after that, which is... Barrier Core. Those two I'll be doing together because they take place in the same level. Not level, but like... Think of it like this. It's that at the end of this level, you get to the Atlan mech, and then the next level, you play as the Atlan mech. And so certain levels will be bundled with another level for that episode. So that's what I mean. So, yeah, that'll be Thursday. With that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you all later. Catch you later. I already said later. Why am I saying it again?